Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sofia Jasmine Ahmad. I'm the head of financial department. Today I will share about the 3 lines of defense. For introductions, lines of defense is an important part of organizational risk management and control. It consists of 3 lines of defense. The first line is consisting the business owner, the second line consisting the standard setter, and the third line consisting the party that will provide independent assurance for an organization. Back to the background of the lines of defense, it started back in 1990s. The lines of defense was a combined insurance model developed for HCBC by KPMG within the United Kingdom. It was later adopted by the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision as a good model for internal control management. The lines of defense framework then evolved after years until the United Institute of Internal Auditors formally adopted in position paper the 3 lines of defense in effective risk management and control published in 2013 to be suited with modern organizational structures. After that, COSO and many other organizations, including the Big 4 firms, have published information about the 3 lines of defense framework.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amira Suzani Abdullah. As a member of management committee that responsible in first line defense. So I will share a little bit regarding Bursa Malaysia Berhad and their response during COVID-19. So about Bursa Malaysia Berhad, formerly known as Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange, that was founded in 1964 and publicly listed in 2005. The main headquarters of Bursa Malaysia is located in Exchange Square, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So Bursa Malaysia is an exchange holding company in Malaysia where the purpose is provide an international competitive marketplace for various investment with more than 800 listed company offering a wide range of investment choice to a local and foreign investor. So Bursa Malaysia has 3 main core business, which are Asian Business Unit, Information Service Business Unit, and lastly Clearing, Settlement and Depository Business Unit. So today, Bursa Malaysia growing steadily with a largest number of public listed company in ASEAN, facilitating both conventional and Islamic security and derivative. They also apply several frameworks such as enterprise risk management, integrity governance and compliance, business continuity management, financial market infrastructure guideline, and last but not least, the implementation of line of defense. Bursa Malaysia during COVID-19 here has some action and response by Bursa Malaysia during MCO because of COVID-19. They shift their operation to support remote working that help employee and settle to a new norms. They create a digital touchpoint and educational portal such as Bursa Marketplace, Bursa Sustain, Bursa Anywhere mobile apps, and Bursa Academic continue to make marketplace accessible to all. They also took measures to protect the health and safety of employees in line with standard operation procedure prescribed by Malaysian Ministry of Health. And the last one, they embraced technology of 43rd annual general meeting on 29 April 2020 by first fully virtual remote meeting by using remote participation and voting facilities. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I am Nur Aishah Rosli as member of Risk Compliance team, and I will touch the topic on line of defense applied by Bursa Malaysia Berhad. The key attribute of risk management framework of Bursa Malaysia is to manage business risk and operation, particularly based on application of 3 lines of defense in a clearly defined responsibilities and accountability of risk management. In Bursa Malaysia, the first line of defense controlled by senior management, inclusive of management committee members and divisional heads. They are accountable for all risks designated by each respective areas on enterprise risk management principle and framework and enterprise risk management process. For the second line of defense, our team comprises of risk and compliance, management risk, and audit committee, along with the oversight by the risk management committee. The risk compliance team oversees the risk and approves matters within its authority to be implemented across the group. By providing assurance on the effectiveness of the enterprise risk governance framework, internal auditor and audit committee constitute the third line of defense in Bursa Malaysia Berhad. These groups offers independent challenge to the levels of assurance provided by business operation and oversight function. Aside from internal auditor, external bodies, external auditors and regulators also plays a vital role in line of defense. Their role is crucial in the overall performance and control structure of Bursa. Regulators may set requirements intended to improve control mechanism in an organization, but may also perform an independent and objective assessment of the whole or a part of the first, second, and third line of defense based on the requirement. Despite providing simple yet intuitive guide to monitor the organization effectiveness in risk management, there is issue that can arise in the process of line of defense, where Bursa Malaysia cites its strategic risk. For Bursa Malaysia, desire to become the leading Asian marketplace, the strategic risk unit monitors developments in the competitive landscape. A number of competitor development pose significant risk, such as the aggressive launch of a new product and services, strategic partnership with or acquisition of other exchanges, and the emergence of new financial technology services, namely Bitcoins, robo-advisory, and algorithm trading.
The advantage that can be achieved by Bursa Malaysia on effective and efficient model are improved risk and control coverage by identifying and refining the population of risk and controls. As a result, any unexpected threat and control gaps can be avoided. Second, improved understanding of risk and control throughout the organization, resulting in a better control culture. For example, it will be more easily detected and challenged with those risks than either removed or mitigated. The last one is improved reporting for board and executive management through a coordinated strategy to provide timely and informative reporting while eliminating potentially duplicative and irrelevant data. However, there are several obstacles that limit the efficiency of the three lines of defense concept that may occur to Bursa Malaysia. The first one is lack of clarity of roles and responsibilities. The principle adopted by an organization do not transform into job description that can make all employees understand. This will make employees confusions and individual accountability is diminished as well as false security is created. Second, absence of knowledge and motivation in the first line due to underestimation of the responsibility placed on the first line of defense when managing risk and taking appropriate action. The third is conflict between first and second lines of defense. The first line of defense will always desire to take on more risk, whereas second will always desire to keep danger below those perceived tolerable.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Nur Karnisa Adenai as the Chairman of Risk Management Committee. Today I will present about internal audit and COVID-19. Okay, for the first one is third line of defense. Third line of defense is provided by the internal auditors and audit committee responsible for assurance on the effectiveness of the enterprise risk governance framework. It provides the governing body and strategic management comprehensive assurance. Therefore, they can give assurance to sector regulator and external auditor for appropriate controls and processes that are in place to operate effectively. And next, for the third line of defense of internal audit for Bursa Malaysia. Internal audit is the third line of defense who are offering the intervention challenge to the level of assurance provided by business of operation and oversight function. They must focus on the effectiveness of governance, risk management, and the way of first and second line of defense achieve a risk management and control objective. So, the assurance that covers for the internal audit are broad range of objective, risk management and internal control, and lastly for the overall entity. And next one, for the challenges of a third line of defense during pandemic COVID-19. Pandemic COVID-19 has brought their responsibility into sharper focus. Its unprecedented impact has highlighted to the interconnectedness of risk and the velocity at which the risk landscape can change. So the challenge also when they need to get comfortable with discussing risk more frequently. This is to enhance engagement and communication with management to understand and where risk may materialize within the business. Last but not least, they also face the business interruption. Appropriate system with adequate capacity, security arrangement, and facilities resources are in place to mitigate risk that could interruption to the group's critical business function. So hence, risk-based decision making is as much about seizing opportunity as about the defensive move. So they are independent from the management to maintain the objectivity, authority, and the power. Okay, that's all from my part. Thank you.
Based on the annual report 2006, Bursa Malaysia Berhad has started implement the line of defense as their comprehensive structure for the governance and risk management. The line of defense model for Bursa Malaysia in 2006 was basic but improved year by year to more complex structure based on their expansion in their operation. On their website, Bursa Malaysia has used the line of defense as one of their key features of the risk management framework, comprising established and clear functional. By adopting multiple risk management framework and guidelines in their business, a centralized risk management function was formalized in their group under Risk and Compliance Division. This division will be in charge as the second line of defense for oversight function, set directions, define policies, and provide assurance for all types of risk management framework and guidelines they adopt before the internal audit carrying out their duties in the third line of defense. Based on Sustainability Report 2020, the line of defense model also become a tool to monitor any fraud, bribery, and corruption activities in their respective business units. It shows the crowdedness in the first and second line of defense by Bursa Malaysia. It can be a cause of confusion, duplication, and gaps when assigning responsibility to those parties. So we recommend that Bursa Malaysia to resize the line to be smaller but compact. This is to ensure the effectiveness of the line for the clear roles and responsibilities. But it can be maintained like this if every party in the line had a clear written guideline from the management. To cope with the issue that the line of defense only focus on defensive rather than proactive approach, Bursa Malaysia could transform the three lines model upgraded from line of defense released by IIA in July 2020. It is to support both offensive and defensive aspect of managing the risk. The role of internal auditor also changed from being an oversight function only to advisory function too. The IIA agreed with the principle that independence does not apply isolation. In conclusion, line of defense is a simple model but can be a useful mechanism for an organization to mitigate their risk. It is cost efficient and provides effective way to enhance communication on related parties in risk management framework. Bursa Malaysia Berhad adopted line of defense as their base layer to assign the roles and responsibilities on their risk management structure. It shows they have a strong capability to mitigate and manage the risk by practicing the line of defense as routine activities. The roles of internal auditor also can be more efficient because as the third line of defense, many of the main issues might be eliminated in the early stage at the first line and second line of defense. There is no perfect model to include the line of defense. Somehow, this model can be extended to serve organizational needs with adjustment on certain parts to suit the nature of business, type of potential risk, and structure of the organization. Thank you.